a black screen before. So, welcome everybody. I literally tried before I came live to go, and it was like a black screen. I don't understand that. It does that every once in a great while. So forgive me for jostling you all around. You all want to see that, which means I'm going to have to move. Like I said, I don't know why it was doing that. But I'm going to have to move, so. I actually had to put on a jacket. It was so cold. It was actually cold. But I can't see the screen like that. I actually had to bring a blanket out. Now that I'm in the sun, it's not so bad, but I literally had to put it on. Oh, but that's better. Now I'm blocking the... Now. Why did this work out so perfectly before? And now I've got to juggle. We'll figure it out, guys. And no problem, Sandy. I got your message. I'll be praying. Okay, gotta move it again. See the blankets. Get the gutters, but I've had to put the blanket on here because it was so chilly. I don't want to miss the fountain. There we go. I think I got it. Hi, Musical Kill Shot. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Now that I got situated, so you guys can see the fountain. Maybe because this is, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It just usually I can set it up so that I know. There we go. And it was a black screen. I'm like, well, I'm going to literally have to go live and then fool around with it for a second until it gets situated where I want it. There we go. See, it only took a modern day miracle. A little ingenuity, right? Got it. So you guys can see the fountain. Hi, Lori. How are you? So, anyway, I'm hanging in there, Brenda. I've had a little more difficulty, unfortunately, with my sciatic nerve. I can tell you where I'd like it to go, but anyway, I've had a lot. Yesterday was a very painful day. So, making sure that the mic's still on. No, it's not. There we go. Mic's now on. Anyway, it was a very painful day yesterday. And so I kind of took it easy. I wasn't planning to go live, but then we had that awesome time with all my wonderful friends with the bridge. And that's going to be a work in progress, y'all. We actually have to work some kinks out. But to explain what that is, what they're trying to do is bridge communities. There are several fishing communities because Fishy is the one that's hosting it. Fishy Things, if you haven't checked out his channel, please go do that. I know. Hi Lady Sky. The problem was before with my old phone, I couldn't do this. It wouldn't hold the charge as long and the Wi-Fi was not as great. So I'm so glad that I can take you all by the fountain. It's so much prettier. And it helps me to get some projects done that need to get done. So I can focus, and I find it very relaxing. I can't do it when it's too hot because I don't do well in the heat, and I can't do it when the allergies are hitting too bad. But I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, USA, home of the Grand. That's awesome. I've never been to the Grand Ole Opry. Anyway. The bridge is supposed to bring people together. So we're going to be trying to bring people together, get smaller channels out there. We just have to figure out the kinks because I had to make the live unlisted for a while last night because it was, I had to like mute some of the music because they were playing the shorts and stuff, and some of them got hit with copyright issues, so I had to mute it for our unlisted and then go through and do all that. So we're gonna have to, hi Lydia, we're gonna have to kind of work out the kinks, but I think it's gonna grow. It's gonna be fun. It was just fun hanging out with people and so forth. It was just fun. And so we're gonna do that. That's gonna be once a month on a Thursday, with creators coming together to really just explore other channels. And I can tell you, my daughter called me this morning. She goes, Mom, thank you so much. It was such an encouragement. And I said to the group, I said, you know, that's one of the reasons we need to be doing this. Not only to be able to show other people channels that they may not know. And I was able to connect with four people that I wasn't even connected with before. But that we can encourage other people to continue doing this, and really encourage them. She said it was such an encouragement to hear everybody just kind of lift me up, and I thought we need more of that. So I'm looking forward to participating in that panel once a month. And just so everybody knows, hi Michelle Playhooks, on Blessing Through Connection, it will be the only time, hi Foodie, the only time that we are going to be going live. Foodie didn't quite understand. I'm trying to explain what the bridge was about. That we were going to go live on Blessings Through Connection. Like that is just when we do the bridge. So when you see the bridge, that's the only time that we're going to go live in that kind of setting. We may do lives down the road when we're monetized for members only. Hey, Ainfield, I'm loving seeing all the people coming in. Thank you all so much. So much. And just so you know, we are 6 away. 6 away from being at 1900. You guys are rock stars. You know that? We're 1900 strong because we're a community, and that's so amazing. So I am just so grateful for all of you tremendously. I'm just tremendously grateful. If one of my mods can do exclamation point FOODIE, Foodie. Foodie is in here. She is a great channel, Grow and Connect channel in the mornings. I love her community. And so if one of my mods would drop exclamation point FOODIE, and also I'll give you another one to drop, I'd appreciate it. She's awesome. And she has a great channel. If you're trying to make those connections, go over and head over to her channel in the morning. Her laughter just starts my day off. Even if I'm hurting, it starts it off on the right foot. And I'm so glad. I was listening to her one day. I was in the kitchen, and my mother said to me, "Who is that?" And I said, "That's Vicky." And she goes, "I'm not even watching her." And she's putting a smile on my face. So she does. She truly does. And I am so glad that I met her as a friend and a fellow content creator. And she has an awesome channel. So if somebody can drop that as exclamation point FOODIE, one of my mods, I would appreciate that as well. And then tomorrow, 4 p.m. And just so you know, I was asked to do this, so I didn't have really too much choice on the time. You know, we kind of worked something out between us as far as when it was convenient for him to be able to work it out. So thank you, Lydia. And to be able to work it out. So 4 o'clock was the time. We may go on a little earlier, but right now we have it set for 4 p.m. But we're going to be, and I think I'll probably be able to do it on this channel as well. If you all are unfamiliar with Canva, I'm not saying I'm an expert by any stretch of the means, but if you are familiar with Canva or kind of struggling with Canva, I'm gonna, hey Scenic, how are you? That's one of the awesome people that I met last night. I'm so glad. If you all are unfamiliar with Canva and so forth and would like to learn, I'm going to share my knowledge. Hi, Hooked on Adventure. Welcome on in. I'm going to be showing people what I know. Like I said, I'm not a pro, but I'm willing to show the knowledge that I've gained. And here's the thing that I want to let everybody know. When everybody is coming on when they're looking at something like Canva and they go, I don't, I just can't even imagine how to do stuff like that. There may be someone else that's really good at it, and so there may be somebody really good at it, and you may be good at something else, and you can exchange things. So you may be good at something, they may be good at some thumbnails, maybe they can do some thumbnails for you, you can do something for them. But if you're like, I don't know where to start with Canva, I can tell you the biggest thing I learned was just kind of tinkering around with it, which I did. I'm going to be showing people how to do thumbnails. You can do videos, what I prefer using in the app when it comes to doing, like, I prefer using the Instagram stories versus using the template for the YouTube. I don't like the way it works, so I'm going to be sharing what knowledge I have, and that's tomorrow at 4 p.m. And if you can't watch the live, you can certainly watch it on the replay. I will be on Echo's channel in September. I will be on Oh So Ravishing in October. There's some other good stuff coming up, guys. There is. And again, we're like only 6 away. We'll get over the hump. I want to get to 2K by the end of the year. I want to get there. That'll be my Christmas present, to get to 2K for sure. And so I know you guys have been kind of swamped with little Bible verses, but I really focused on getting those Bible verses caught up. So they're coming out on the day instead of being so far behind. So I apologize. My next thing, yes, tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. My next thing, it's on Tommy Kenny, Kenyon. And I'll probably be able to I'm streaming it on my channel too as well. But I haven't made it public yet, but it's on his channel for sure. But we're just going to go over how to really improve those thumbnails and, things I've learned and tricks I found and so forth and so on. So I know there's no need to apologize for Bible verses, but there's been a lot of Bible verse shorts gone up in the past 2 days because I've really tried to focus on getting them caught up, because now they're caught up. I was behind on them. Now it's time to get the devotions caught up. Okay. I brought 2 things out here today because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I have soap caddies, which I need to work on. The Vicky's in here. There's a channel called I'm Gonna Get It Wrong. She can put it in the chat. I may get it wrong. She can put it in the chat so that one of my mods can go find it and put it in there, because I need to put it in Nightbot. It's called Helping Hands for Cruise. Is it Helping Hands for Cruising? Is that what it is called? And so I'm going to be doing a blanket for them. They're doing another auction in November, and thank you very much. They're going to be doing another auction like a silent auction in November. And I'm going to be donating a lighthouse blanket, Helping Hands for Cruising, that's what I thought it was. And I'm going to be donating a blanket. So I have some yarn that I have for the majority. I just need to go buy more of this color yarn to be able to do the outside of it. So I just need to wait till Hobby Lobby gets their 30% and go do it. My dad had dementia for 7 years, and he worked very hard his entire life and was never able to really have, oh, thank you, Scenic City. Thank you so much. That goes to my mama. So thank you very much. I appreciate it tremendously. Thank you. Not necessary, but I appreciate it so much. Like I said, I get smiles when I see those, because I know they're going to my mother. And I know it helps her, so I'm thrilled to death. Thank you so much for your generosity and kindness. I appreciate it. My dad had dementia for 7 years, and he didn't get to go on a cruise or a vacation or a retirement, because he literally stopped working. In 2012, he had hi Jeanette. I'm getting your yarn out to you this month. We're going to send your blessing box out this month. He got dementia he got shoulder surgery in 2013. He had been diagnosed with dementia in 2012. And he could not. And if one of my mods can please drop Scenic as well. If they can drop his channel, please, I would appreciate it. Scenic City Fishing. You guys go over and support him. Support him. He has an awesome channel. All these people have awesome channels. And if you go to the live from last night, you'll see some more awesome channels, along with Hooked on Adventures is also tagged in last night's video with the bridge, so you can find them that way too. But he could not take those trips. He got his dementia in 2012. He worked till 2013, and then he could no longer do the pulling. He was a pest control guy, and he would spray lawns. He was in his 70s, and he would have been the guy that would have gotten done with that and gone and worked at Publix as a bagger, because he just loved to, talk with people just like me. I wonder where I get it, right? Absolutely, I will. And so I just was, and then he had his shoulder surgery in 2013, so he couldn't do that anymore. And then he just went down for 7 years, and pretty quickly. And so my mom was still working. They didn't do a vacation. They didn't get to, go on anything special. They didn't get to go on a second honeymoon or anything like that. They didn't get to do any of that. They would have loved to be able to do that. My dad would have loved to take my mother on a cruise, and that just was not something that he was able to do. So I want to do this blanket in memory of my dad, and something that I know he did take my mom on a cruise when they were young, or I was probably a teenager, so he was probably in somewhere around like 1980, but he would have loved to have been able to do that. So I want to do this blanket in his memory, something that he couldn't do. So I've got to get done with this one first. That's what I've got to get done first, because this one is one I'm working on. I'll show you how far I've gotten on this one. And then that's the next one I'm going to start on. The hook that I need just fell. Anybody want to get up and get it? Oh boy. That's not going to work. Nope, that's not going to work. We'll figure something out. Ingenuity, right? We'll get it. There we go, like I said. We're not doing that one again. That's for sure. All right, let me show you. This one is for the lady that I'm doing it for in our church. And these are the kind of blankets, guys. These are my favorite to do. So, y'all can see. So I will not, there's a lighthouse blanket on our channel, but I won't be replicating. Mike, I don't know why you want to just turn off willy-nilly on me. It's not okay. It just wants to shut off. I don't know why. Who knows? Maybe I have to do something over here. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. I'm still learning this mic. Can y'all still hear me? Okay. So this one is going to say, God is good all the time. That's one of her favorite phrases. So I've gotten this far with this one. So I just got done with Is So. This is done with the bobble stitch. So you're able to make like words. I can get it up long enough so you'll see is so. It's hard to show, but it'll say is so. And then it's got the hearts on the side. So on both sides. And then that's the bottom of this one. So it's hard to show, but this lady in our church, it's still on, lady in our church has multiple sclerosis, and so her favorite colors are red. So I'm doing this blanket because her saying is, I'm good. God is good all the time. They're my favorite. They've turned out to be my favorite because I've had to modify this pattern, but you're doing like a pattern like this. And I'm thinking of actually, I got to get the code from, what is it? Vicky, or one of the people that actually she has the code in her Nightbot, and I've never been able to figure it out. But somebody will give me the code to put in my Nightbot. Hey, Jeffrey. Here's the deal. I'm thinking about adding a command to be able to have you all drop your links. The only time I want to utilize it is two places. When we do this kind of chat, where people can come in, we're just chatting, we're really not having a discussion. When we're having a discussion, or when we're having guests or something like that, or something like I would be doing tomorrow with the, what is it? With the, with Tommy. I would not want to have, yes, and my grandfather had multiple sclerosis, so believe me, my heart just sinks. It goes out to her, and that's why this blanket means a lot to do for her. And then I'll go on to the lighthouse blanket for helping hands with cruising. I would turn that command off because I would want people to focus on the chat, not necessarily focusing on dropping their links, so that 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'll probably turn it from unlisted to listed later on today. And then we're at 9 o'clock, we're doing blessings through connection. But I'm thinking about turning on, 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'm thinking about turning on the command like Foodie has for specifically when we're doing these type of chats, because I don't have it right now. I just need somebody to tell me exactly what it is. When we're having these type of chats, for you all to come in, grow your channel, grow your connections, be able to drop your links so people can find you. But then there's times I'm going to turn that off. I don't want it on all the time. I know. Our prayers, Jeanette, goes out to you tremendously. Believe me, you're in my prayers, hon. You're in my prayers, for sure. So that I can turn it off. Like when we're sitting here, this is all about connecting with each other. So I'm thinking about installing that into the chat, turning it on when we're like this, and then putting the Nightbot command in, and then in certain circumstances, I would turn it off. I would be turning off the command, like again, if we're doing something with Tommy, or I'm like going on talking about, in certain circumstances. Oh, Chip, thank you so much. If one of my mods can please drop hashtag are you locked in, please. Or even Chip can do it himself. Hashtag are you locked in, nothing else. And thank you, Chip. Now see, I'm gonna tell everybody I made Chip a mod, and I'll tell you why I made him a mod. I made him a mod because I said to him, you can come in, you can do mod things if you want, but I want you to come in and do what Chip does best. Chip connects people. And I want to see, right, Are You Locked In community grow and continue to grow and get better and better and better. And I said, I want you to come in, and I'm going to turn on the availability for you to be a mod so that you could go to channels that are in the chat and go connect with them. That's what I want him to do, because that's what he does best. He connects people, and he absolutely, Jeanette, he connects people, he gets people connected, and I want to be a source for him for that. So if one of my mods could just put hashtag are you locked in, it'll drop Chip's link. If you're not connected with them, get connected. So I let him know that I'm turning on that so that he could go visit everybody that's in the chat and leave a comment and make those connections. I wanted him to do that. And I did the same thing for like the source, because he's excellent at doing that. If you guys, if you're not connected with him, you need to get connected. Awesome community of supporters. Awesome. Hi, Mick. Hi, Mickey. How are you? He's a rock star, and we're here to support him for sure. 100%. And but I'm thinking about adding that command for when we're like this. People can come in to relax setting, but then there will be times that I will turn it off, and I may change the command every once in a while. Like Foodie has it where she has it in the morning. She has it other times in her channel. I've seen it. But I want to have the ability, of course, to turn it off when I need to turn it off, and have it turn on when I need to turn it on. So I'm thinking about doing that. So when we're in this setting, you guys can connect with each other, because this is a relaxed setting. Hi. We're all about connecting with each other and making those connections the proper way. There's a proper way to do it, guys. And the proper way is to go to visit their channel, find at least a 3-minute video or a short, leave a comment to something in the video, hit the connection button, and then go from there. Okay, I just need the command because I've never been able to find it, the command tremendously. I looked and I couldn't find it. So I think I'll do that for you guys. I hope everybody will. I hope that'll be something. Put a 1 in the chat if that's something everybody would like to see added, because I want to listen to my community. I just ask that if I turn it on, you all use it the correct way and use it respectfully. Do it the right way. Okay, I got 1s, I'll add it. I will add it. Absolutely, I will add it. But then it's not always going to be kept on, but I will add it. Now, the reason I'm not going to add it into Blessings Through Connection, oh, Sandy, thank you very much. She's a dear friend. You all are just awesome. Thank you so much. But I'm not going to add it to Blessings Through Connection is because that y'all are mods there. You guys can come in. The purpose of not wanting to add a command in there is because I really want, and if the chat's kind of quiet for a few minutes, it's okay, because I know that they're going and people are visiting each other's channel. Even if they're connecting, they're watching a short, they're communicating with them, they're connecting with them, they're going back and forth, and they're making those connections. So because everybody's a moderator in there for right now. Maybe down the road we may have to change that, but for right now, everybody's a mod in there. There's no reason to have links dropped like that. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and add the command. When we're in settings like this, it'll be on. And then there may be times where I just turn it off. We'll just kind of see how it goes. Well, thank you. Hi, Rapid Australia. How are you? Welcome on in. We're just sitting. We're just chit-chatting. And guys, you don't know how much this means right now. I really appreciate this. This means a lot to me right now. To see this chat happen, I'm just like, is it Christmas yet? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the fall. So what should I work on? What should I work on? Jeanette, if I could take your cancer away, and I would, 100%. I would absolutely. Yep, I love it. You know, and that just shows if people are sitting there and they're thinking to themselves, you know, nobody's showing on up. Nobody's in my, and, you know, I'm just going to give up. Don't. You know, sometimes it's just around the corner. Sometimes there's a little slump. Sometimes, you know, you need to, you know, just keep going at it. Get on people's channels and have interviews and make those connections, and go around Facebook, make those connections. One thing that I can tell you we've done is I've asked people if I've said to them, hey, you know, interested in, and I've gone privately to them. Hi, Alfies, welcome on in. We're just sitting watching the beautiful fountain. I'm working on some crochet. I didn't know what I wanted to bring today, so I just brought something of myself. But I was in no shape yesterday to do it. So sometimes you just have to slow going. I have a good review on a channel, and it is so dragging, but there are good times and bad. Hi, Jaden. How are you, hon? Well, I can tell you, Rapid Australia, one of the people that you need to get connected with is Chip with Are You Locked In, and the Are You Locked In community. Another one is Foodies. That's another one to get locked in with. So and I will look up your channel. If anybody's coming in that's new that I'm not yet connected with, if when this live is over or on one of the other lives, go ahead and place, a little windy out today, place your, make a comment so I can go back and connect. But absolutely get in with Chip. Rockstar. 100%. And I enjoy doing topics and stuff, so forth. But I really enjoy doing this too, because, and sometimes you can see my squirrely moments. Like I start talking about this over here, and then I think of this and I think of that, you know. Guys, do you not see the sky? Look at the beauty behind us in the sky. It is so beautiful. Yes, somebody put in hashtag Are You Locked In again. And then they can put exclamation point. These are 3 channels I'm going to tell you, Rapid, to get involved with. And then the next one is exclamation point Foodie. And then the other one I'm going to tell my mods to drop is exclamation point Tuber. Tuber Chat, Foodies Vacations, and Are You Locked In? Those 3 communities are tremendously supportive communities. We would not be where we are today without Tuber Chat. And I think I would have just kind of thrown in the towel. He doesn't know this yet. You can find out. I think I would have thrown in the towel if it hadn't been for Chip. Because I got discouraged there. And he just kind of said, he just kept going, you got this, you're good. And I can't tell you how much it meant. So, and we kind of encourage each other. Absolutely 100%. Because otherwise, you know, it comes back at you. And it sits there and says, nobody wants to watch me, you know? And I want to get to 1900 strong, 100%. I want to get to 2K by the end of the year. And we're building a community, not an audience. But for reasons, I think that YouTube looks at you different when you're at different levels. And they push you out further. Absolutely. Like I said, make a comment too after this live is over, or go make sure you make a comment on one of our other videos or shorts or something like that so that we can connect, because we're always looking too for channels that need a little bit of push to give them the shout outs. I'm always looking. I would like to add whoever it is that has cancer to my prayer list. Their name is Jeanette. Hi Shamika, how are you? How are you doing? Welcome on in. We are also, Michelle Placehooks, we are also in the process of sending her some yarn, blessing box. She is trying to do 4,000 hats for local veterans. So if anybody's a crocheter out there that would like to contact me and have some hats that I can put in the box with the yarn, or would like to you know, contact me or send a Hobby Lobby gift card or something like that, that's the one that's closest to me. Hi TJ. We're gonna send our first blessing box out to her this month, just to encourage her, and she's trying to do that. And we also have the prison project. Guys, believe it or not, Christmas is going to be here before you know it. Oh, sweetheart, I am so sorry. I can't even imagine. I'm just dealing with the sciatic nerve pain, and it is kicking me today, but I'm trying to get up and walk around, even though it hurts a lot. I'm still trying to do it, but you are in my prayers, that God will give you strength to get through each day. We have the Prism Project, which we're doing for fabric and all that kind of stuff. Y'all haven't checked the, what is it? I can't think what it is now. The Quilters on Netflix. They run on donations. And Christmas will be here before we know it. So every year we do some lives. We try to fill at least 2 shoe boxes. We did that last year for Samaritan's Purse. We're trying to fill 4 shoe boxes this year. And so we're starting getting the supplies. On our link tree, we have, you know, I don't know what it is. I'm glad you all still hear me, but I'm going to have to figure out why this mic keeps turning off. And it's charged too. It just shuts off. I don't know why. It's got a mind of its own. And we have on our link tree, we have the Samaritan's Purse Amazon wish list. So we want to fill 4 boxes this year. So we did that last year. We're going to try to fill 4 this year. And actually we'll go down to the Amish country, down to one of my favorite stores down there, Walnut Creek Cheese Factory. Ooh, they're so good. And we'll go down there. It's a huge place. And we'll go down there and pick up the boxes this year. But we're going to go for 4. And we're going to keep growing and moving, and that's all we can do. Well, you know what? Well, to all those that have served, all those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, no matter what country you're in, all those that, the families that have served, our deepest gratitude to you all. Those that have served and those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice. My dad served 28 years, 2 months, or 28 years, 10 months, and 6 days in the Navy, first class petty officer. And he was a soldier all the way to the end, and I loved it. And I miss him. Wish he was here, but I wouldn't want him back with the dementia, because I didn't know what that was. I heard something and I was like, what the heck is that? Well, people that serve, I really wish I could have served in the Navy. But I don't think they would have taken me with asthma. And we thank him so much for his service. And we're here to support for sure. Yep. And that's why I want to do that blanket. I'm not going to try to cry, but that's why I offered the blanket to be able to do it. And I won't do exactly. We have a lighthouse blanket on our channel, but that one I specifically did for my husband. This one's going to be without all the... I did a little special one for him, but the reason, there was other patterns I could have chosen from, but I figured the lighthouse, because we love lighthouses. We're the lighthouse beacons over here. And my dad loved lighthouses, and my husband and I love lighthouses. And I just thought, you know, at this time, I think to myself, my husband and I couldn't afford to go on a cruise. Maybe a couple years we'll be able to afford to go on a cruise. Hi, LGG. I am not going out of the port of Miami, Virginia, but not Miami. If I ever did go on one, I'd love to go on one for our 20th anniversary in 2 years, but. And if anybody needs a travel agent, hook up with Vicky. She'll get you covered. But I just think to myself, he'd have loved to do it. He'd love to have been able to take my mom on a cruise, and the dementia stole that from him. For him to be able to do that kind of stuff, and what little time that they had. He worked so hard in the Florida sun for so many years to provide for his family. But I think to myself, he'd have loved to go on a vacation with my mother and go do things, and he just never really had that opportunity like that. And so I'm glad that I can do this blanket, the one after I get done with this one, and donate it to Helping Hands for cruising, and be able to say, here, this is a memory of my dad. No negativity or toxicity, which is fresh change. I love hearing about different states in America. I have no clue. I went to LA, San Francisco, as well as 29 Psalms for tank training. Awesome. Yep. Well, this way they can auction the blanket off, and usually, hi Yarny for Smile, how are you? Usually our blankets can go for roughly about $200 to $250. So it'll get auctioned off, and somebody will get a beautiful blanket. Helping Hands will get the donation, and my dad will have it. It'll be in memory of him. So it's all for good things. Now, for those that don't know, we are trying to get a box together Again, there is a place in, and I'm not asking anybody for funds or anything like that. If you all feel led to do, but I feel like these things that help other people in this world, are just, they're so lost. It's not something that's brought to the attention of a lot of people. And so we have, are you still on? No, it's off. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm going to have to talk to my husband about the mic, because it keeps shutting off and I don't understand why. As long as y'all can hear me, because I may take the mic off. As long as y'all can hear me, we're good. But I may have to find out why it keeps just shutting off. Maybe it's not off, but I'm assuming if the green light stopped blinking, it's off. Anyway, I figure there's so much negative. You don't hear about this kind of stuff. And I want to bring it to people's attention if they feel led to do so. So, if you all haven't heard about the Quilters is a prison project out of Michigan? Wisconsin, I can't remember. I think it's out of Wisconsin, I think. Or Missouri, that's where it's out of. Oh, Rapid, thank you very much. Can somebody drop Rapid's link, please? I'd appreciate it. And anybody else that you all see have been active in the chat, if my mods want to drop their links, go right ahead and do so. They take donations. In the video we have called The Quilters, there is the address to the prison, and they take sewing supplies, they take fabric, they do all that. And these people that are in prison that go every day, 5 days a week, to this sewing room, and they make quilts for foster children. And they make quilts for them. They have made over 2,000 blankets for the local foster kids in their area. They have made weighted blankets for autistic children. They have made vests for autistic children too as well, weighted vests. And so everything's solely on donations. So they do it, they do solely on they make beautiful quilts. I mean, it's amazing. Some of them are in there for life and they want to just do something good, and they can't have any bad behavior. They have to be really good behavior, and they can't have any bad behavior. They have to be stellar inmates. But there's the older teaching the younger how to do this. It's awesome. I'm thinking we need these programs outside of the prisons for the young people. They're learning how to sew. They're learning how to make the squares and all this kind of stuff. It's amazing to watch. I loved it. Beautiful, beautiful blankets. And these big guys, you know what I mean? That were just like tough cookies. And they're tough cookies. And they're just sitting there, and they're tough cookies and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, when they get the letters from these individuals, and again, if somebody can drop Rapid link, I'd appreciate it. Well, you know what? If you can't donate, it's understandable. Not everybody can. Just sometimes being there. You know, there's ways, or letting people know about it. It's okay. We're all here to help each other. But I just thought it was great. I thought we need them, and that these big tough guys, right? Big tough guys. Thank you, Sandy. Big tough guys. And they were tough, and yet they get these letters from these kids that maybe that's all they've gotten is these blankets. And they literally are in tears. It was awesome to see. Awesome to see. Well, you know what, Janet? You're an inspiration to me. You are. I don't know if you know that, but you are. Because even though you're dealing with cancer, you're still trying to do something good. And we love you. We love having you in our community. Well, you know what? We can help you. We will, for sure. Absolutely. That's what we're all, guys, just because it says crochet, you don't need to have a crochet hook to be here. You just have to come in and do what we're doing today. I'm so excited. You made my month. You know, you've made my month, and it wasn't just for being here. That's what we're here for. I'm loving seeing what's happening in the chat. It's all what it's about. You don't have to have a crochet hook. You don't even have to know how to crochet. You don't need to know what a single crochet is. You just need to be here. It's all about making those connections. Absolutely 100%. We have the Gale. Oh, I'm going to be on Gale Southern Living in September. And the Fall Fest is coming up, so you guys got to pay attention for that. And if you're a content creator, you might want to look into that. And got some exciting things. Oh, Mickey's Adventures, thank you so much. It all goes to Mama for sure. And we'll take some of it. And we'll put it, we'll be able to use it a little bit towards helping Jeanette, maybe so forth. We try to take a little bit. Hey, Flavors Down Under, welcome on in. Welcome on in. We're just sitting and chatting and crocheting. But you don't have to have a crochet hook to be here. You just have to be here. You just have to want to connect. And I'm going to be out here for a while. I'm loving seeing what's happening in the chat. Just love it. I love seeing all the connection. Well, hopefully you will come back on in, and we love seeing it. We love seeing people connect, and it's all about it. We can do this together, that's for sure. Y'all aren't connected with Gail Southern Living. She does a Fall Fest every year. If you're a new channel, we'll be entering both of our channels in that one, for sure. It's windy today. Woo-hoo-hoo. Fall is on its way, and I love it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I don't know if this mic is on or not, but it's not working. I'm gonna have to talk to Josh because it should be on, and it's not. And if somebody can type in Mickey or put in Mickey's link too, I'd appreciate it. I'm gonna take the mic out. Hopefully it won't mess anything up. But I'm not gonna have it on if it's not on. Now let's figure out why it keeps dying on me. It's charged too, I don't understand it. Yes, beautiful scenery. Isn't that gorgeous? And Flavors Down Under was another channel I found the other day too that I found out. I guess we're working on the blanket. It's gonna keep me a little warm. It's chilly out here, guys. Oh. This is what I'm working on. But you guys are crocheting the connection. And hopefully you can hear me despite the fact that my mic didn't want to work correctly. I don't know what happened. We'll have to investigate that one. We're about an hour from Columbus. We're kind of halfway between Columbus and Cleveland. And they said it's going to be a cold winter. Cold winter. But I'm going to be bringing more projects like what I found, if I find them, with like the prison project. So you guys, if you want to take initiative and do something like that, you can. Because I didn't even know about it. It just kind of fascinated me when I started to went on Netflix, which I don't do very often actually. And I was like, quilters, prison, I gotta watch this. And I'm really glad I did. But I thought, man, do we need more programs like this? Because there's just not enough of them. And maybe if we get programs like that outside of the prisons, we're going to get people that, keep young people away from actually in prison, because we'll be able to mentor some of these young people. I think it's unbelievably awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We got some stuff happening. That's for sure. Be nice to see. Well, you know what? If we can help and just support, and that's another. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Have you all heard of the Hype feature? Have you heard of it yet? If you haven't, you need to hear about it. So there's a new feature coming out. It's called Hype, and it's for channels that are 500 to 500,000, and you have the ability to hype a video. You cannot hype a live stream while it's happening, but you can hype it after the live stream is over with. Okay? So it gets a little difficult to figure out how to do it. We did kind of a little experiment. We did Chip's Are You Locked In interview. We had people hype that, and that view was at 77 that night, and it winded up being at 98 when I woke up that morning. So it didn't really change our numbers as far as connections. Not subscribers, guys, we're making those connections. Necessarily as far as that, but it did increase the views of the video. And I was glad to do that for Chip, because awesome guy. So if you haven't known about Hype yet, and it's not available in every country, you have to do it on your mobile phone. When you go into a video, like if this one's done, right? You go in and you hit where the comments are. Like when you're going to make a comment, you swipe left, this way, left, and it'll say hype. Do you want to hype this video? You're allowed. You can't hype your own video, but you can hype other people's video. You're allowed to hype up to 3 times a week. And then once you get done with those, then each person gets to hype 3 times per week, and then you get a fresh new one the following week. So you can't do it while you're live. You can't do it for shorts. You can't do it for your own videos, but you can do it for other people's videos. And it's from channels that are 500 to 500,000 subscribers, which they consider small. I'm like, to me, a 500,000 channel is huge. So, like, we were able to have people hype the Are You Locked In, and it's only for a video that's 7 days. It has to be 7 days or younger. You have to have 500 subscribers or more. So, I don't think. Maybe you have to be partially monetized. I don't know, but you have to have at least 500. But then you have the ability, like we did Chips, I think it winded up with like 55,000 hype points. And literally it got probably about, like I said, it got like 21 views overnight. So they have to be 7 days old. They can't be anything like old ones. They have to be 7 days old or newer. They have to be videos. They can be live streams, but the live streams have to end. Yeah, you have to be a part of the partner program. That's right. But you can have 500. So in order to have, that's partial monetization then. So the more you hype, then you get on a leaderboard, and the first 100 ones are there. Now, if people, like Sandy Wendy was having trouble finding, hi Brandon, having trouble finding the hype board, okay? When you go ahead and give the hype points, right next to it will say the leaderboard. Now, I found out, because I was able to hype other people's videos on Blessed to Crochet, I found out that you cannot, it seems like once you've done with your hype points, you can't view the leaderboard anymore, which does not make sense. So hopefully they're going to come out a way for you to view the leaderboard without having to, I don't know, but it'll say once you do, then you'll see the leaderboard next to it. Well, like I said, Rapid, I mean, it, and I don't know whether the numbers made any difference, but it seemed to be that it went up a little bit when we hyped Chip's Are You Locked In video that we did. And if you haven't watched that on our channel, go and watch it, because it gives a lot of great tips on there. And I hope I was an encouragement to other people that may be sitting there kind of struggling with, you know, keep going. You're building a community. If you focus on that, if you focus on making the connections, if you focus on all that, you know, then everything else is going to fall into place. Now I've got to start doing math. We will see how this goes. I may have to stop on the blanket and go to the soap caddies, because I have to literally, I've had to kind of mock this pattern a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think 7, and I have to come out with good, and I literally have to figure it out. I could have done this on the computer and figured it out, but I didn't want to do that. So forget it. Forget it. Oh, it's hot? No, there's a definite change in temperature. I have a blanket on my lap, because not only this one, but another one, because it's kind of chilly. Like I said, I love you all, but I'm not sitting out here in the middle of winter. It's not happening. So after I get done with this little section, I'll go to our soap caddies, because I have to start figuring out math. And I'm not great at figuring out math. Yep. I don't miss Florida. 86, I think. At one point it was 68 degrees. So, for sure. I'm thankful for my time in Florida, but I don't want to go back. I love Ohio. I love the country. I just love it. What is 10 Celsius, I wonder, in Fahrenheit? Because I think I have to figure out how to make a G. I already did figure out how to make a G here. But see, I have to literally count and then figure out how much I need to do. And then divide it by the thing. And because I use the outer part of this pattern to do it, but then I change the words in the middle. So it'll eventually be really one of our own patterns. All right, so caddies, that's why I kind of brought both out. Didn't know how far I was going to get. You're connected someplace. Oh, thank you. Didn't know where I was going to get. That's 50. It's a little warmer here. A little warmer. It's beautiful though, compared to how hot it's been. I literally have a blanket. This blanket is underneath my lap, and I've got a thing on because I'm cold. I'm cold. Okay. Anybody is not familiar with our soap caddies, these are our soap caddies. They're in our merch store. We make them with our cotton yarn. And but that one I have to figure out the next set of words before I go further. This is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. These are great because then you put the soap in, you go rub-a-dub-dub, and you throw it in the wash, and you start all over again. Yeah, there's some leaves turning. I pay attention to two places. Back here, you can see that the trees are thinning back there, so that's one sign. And then the trees behind where we live, that's another place I'll pay attention to. And when one of those trees start turning, I know it's coming. But if you can see, that tree is thinning. So I know fall is going to be on its way, for sure. I'm really praying that my sciatic nerve, for those people that are praying people, please be praying, because I'm about over it. They put me on medicine that helped for a little bit, and now it's back again. That's why I postponed this by 15 minutes, because I thought, let me put a heating pad on my sciatic nerve and let it die down a little bit. I got up this morning and I'm like, thank God the wall was there, because I did something and I would have face planted myself right in the floor. So it's been a little bit of a struggle, but I take people, I think of my grandfather, I think of Jeanette, I'm like, okay, we can do this, right? I'm praying that one day. Hi, model, how are you? Thank you for listening, I appreciate it. Right? But I'm finding like this is just so peaceful. And I'm glad you all like it. And then I love, and see, you got the new phones with it's so clear, you know, that you see the beautiful sky changing. I just love it. Like, I can sit out here for a while, but if I'm going to sit here, I might as well take you all with me, right? Oh, the Greek Fest is coming up this month. Yay! Or next month. Christina's birthday is next month. And the Greek Fest is coming, and yes, I'm taking you all to the Greek Fest. Prayers. All of us have COVID. Oh, I'll be lifting you up too. My family is at the end of their run, but it was able to take care of them the worst. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll be praying for you for sure. But you get better. I haven't had, I deal with occasional sciatic nerve pain, but this one has been ongoing for a little bit longer than I would, you know. And poor Josh, my husband, I'll tell you, he deserves a medal. You know, it was so sweet the other day. I don't know what he says he's ordered me something. I don't know what it is. And he said, and I said, you don't have to get me anything. And he said, well, guess what? I already have. And tough cookies. I said, but you don't have to get me anything. And he goes, I just want you to know how much you mean to me. And how much I love you. So that was really sweet. I have no idea what he's gotten me. My mother's case was supposed to be here for her phone today. We got her just a simple case till her case that she really wanted came, and I don't know what happened to the Amazon driver. He was in the area. I don't know where he went to. Josh was on the phone with that one. But he said, he said, you can't talk me out of it. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to get me anything. He said, well, I just want you to let you know how much you mean to me. Well, it was very sweet. But I'm just, I'll have to get him something now. Right? Oh boy. I've tried, like, in the middle of the night lately, I've had to turn, and when I've turned, it's not fun all the time. And sometimes the pain is just excruciatingly painful. And I mean, I've turned over and I've tried to keep quiet and not, just start screaming out. And it doesn't always happen when you're woken up by that. It's like, oh my goodness. He just wakes up and he's like, I'm here for you. Let's help you. Let me help you. And I thought, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I appreciate him. Appreciate everyone in the chat. I'm thankful it doesn't hurt to sit too much. There are stretches you can do. Yeah. I have been trying, but it just flared itself up and it's taking a little time to die down. Part of it is the fibromyalgia too, because that's just increases everything. But I'm not complaining. I just keep moving, or I try to. But that's why, that's one thing that I have found about Canva, and I want to encourage everybody tomorrow when I talk about Canva, is, if people are like, I don't quite know how to do it, or I don't understand it, go tinker with it. Because sometimes, if, like, sometimes I have to take a break from crochet for a day or two. I can crochet for long periods of time, but sometimes I need a break. And I can get just as lost in Canva as I can crochet. And I really enjoy it. And then I get my creative side out. And if there's people that say, I just don't understand Canva, and you see somebody doing, really good thumbnails, talk with them. And maybe you do really good at something else, and they can kind of come up with an exchange with you. You never know. Well, thank you very much for stopping on in. I appreciate it, LGG. Enjoy your garden. I applaud people. I like watching people garden, but I'm not a gardener. I don't like to get my hands dirty. My mother she sure tried, She did her best to try to get me to garden. And I just was never one that just she tried. Skipped a generation. I was much happier crafting than I was ever trying to garden. She tried, though. I didn't think I would ever be crocheting. I loved doing cross stitch. Then once I found crochet, it was like, I was done. Sometimes, out of that back place where we're looking at, you'll see like a deer that'll come out. Canva is so much fun. I have a business account and I use it for my channel, small business. I also use it for church things, which is very useful on the website. Yes, it is. I'm not an expert about it, but I think if you look at some of our stuff that we've done on Canva, or you know, like our thumbnails and some of our shout outs, all that was done through Canva. So I'm not saying I'm an expert. No. It's just a place near my house place that we live that has the fountain. And in the winter they turn the fountain off. So we used to do it on my porch in the back, but once I got the new phones, I decided to come out here because I had better phone quality and better views, and I had a battery that wasn't going to die. Like, we've been out here, I don't even know how long, over an hour and a half, and I still have 61%. My other phone would have died by now, and the reception would not have been this good. So now I can bring you all out here for the time being until it gets winter. And then, then we'll be in my bedroom. Hi, Kansas, how are you? Welcome on in. Then we'll be in my bedroom and I'll put a green screen. But I'm going to show some tricks, especially coming from Canva that you know, if you have a free account, you know, if you don't have the pro account, what you can do. So there's some tricks I've learned. I don't hardly ever use the backgrounds in Canva. I use them in another thing I found, or two things I actually found. And so I'll just share. And two, about making, like, our shout outs or something that's easily repetitive. Our recaps every week. Those are something that I did, and I took 2 days with both channels to create them, but then I just copy them and I just make them real easy to go in and actually, you know, duplicate them again. So I try to do that. Those fountains are amazing because, yes, they are. We have one in our pond and it really helps to provide oxygen. Absolutely. But in the winter, when it's going to snow, they turn the fountain off when it starts getting cold. Yes. So tomorrow I will be showing at 4 o'clock, and it's on Tom Kenny. Kenyon, I think that's how he spells his name. And I will probably be going ahead and putting, I will make it unlisted and sharing it on my channel too. Now, I will tell you this. The thumbnail that I chose for the live for tomorrow, it's anything spectacular, but I did kind of take my time a little bit, and he did a thumbnail, but I could improve a little bit on that thumbnail. And so when I did the thumbnail for the live tomorrow, I actually just made it very basic, made it similar to what his was, so that I could show everybody what he had, which was good, but how you can make that even better. And I showed it privately. I said, don't share this one. You can use it after we're done, but don't share it yet, so that I can show people how to literally build that thumbnail to be a little bit more, you know, more attractive. Like I said, and there's some people that I know I think in pictures a lot. I really, really do. That's how my mind works. That's how my daughter's mind works. And so I'm very creative in that manner, and I think in pictures. And so I just love So I can picture it in my head. And some people can't always do that, and that's okay. So if you have somebody that does thumbnails, exchange. Like Alfonso and he's legally blind, it amazes me. He does really good with like logos and, doing stuff, making SVG files and all that kind of stuff. So we really kind of exchange services. He does great with, I go into his lives when he does lives, because we go in there, I help him with the chat. And so I go in and help him with that. He's needed help with some other things I've been able to help with. But then when we need help with that, we exchange services. And so maybe there's somebody that is on your channel that goes, or somebody that you're connected with that you can exchange services with. It's getting crazy. Ooh. I needed a jacket on top of it. My goodness. I love it. This girl's the type of girl that will open the window in the middle of winter. I love it. My mother loves the summer. I'm all about the fall and winter. That's all about what this girl is about. And I find out my pain level's better in the winter time. Don't ask me why. It is better. I'm glad I brought the blanket out, or we would have been cutting this real short, because I'd have been freezing. I love seeing the sky behind me. Oh my goodness, so pretty. I wonder if I can get one of those igloos. Have you seen them in the restaurant? I could get one of those igloos for winter. We can make ourselves covered, right? But then the fountain wouldn't be on in the winter, so. Time for the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, and my daughter, my lovely daughter, Lufinen. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll call it Lufinen. Hopefully I said that right. Hopefully I did. Oh, there's a name. Now I'm going to forget about it. My daughter, I'll think about it in a second. My daughter wants her dad to make his ribs, and she'd like for us to videotape. So these ribs that my husband makes are like a 2-day process. He boils the ribs, and then he soaks them overnight in barbecue sauce. Then he bakes them for like 4 hours. The whole house smells like ribs by the time we're done. It is the only ribs my daughter will eat. So she wants her dad to make the ribs for her birthday. So we will videotape it, so you guys can get Josh's famous ribs. We had a pastor who it was too funny. He was always dressed in a suit, right? And he was just always dressed in a suit, always, all that kind of stuff. And it was so funny because Josh made him the ribs, right? And he had this white suit on. We were at a Bible study, and somehow he must have just been coming from church or something. A white Bible study. He was an assistant pastor. A white Bible study, or not white Bible study, he had a white shirt on, and so forth. He rolled up them sleeves and everything. He had a napkin on his shirt and stuff. He had barbecue sauce all over his face, his hands. He sat there and he said to Josh, "I don't know if these ribs are any good. I'll have to try some more. I'll try them again." Oh my goodness, it was too funny to watch them try to eat these barbecue ribs because they literally like fall apart. The bone just really comes out. It's the only ones my daughter will eat are these ribs. She won't anybody else's ribs but her dad's ribs. My son-in-law has never had them, so she wants my son-in-law, or her husband, to taste them. Now I'm gonna forget that word, and it's a word for. Oh goodness, it's a Scottish word. Oh goodness, it means laying around, and I can't remember what it is now. I'm gonna remember it. There's a Scottish word for kind of like laying in bed, and it's not hickory dickory. Oh goodness, I'm gonna forget it now. There's a Scottish word for kind of laying around and not wanting to get up, and there's an actual word for it. So now I found it one time. I sent it to my mom, so my mom will sit there and say, I'm so and so, but I can't remember what the word is. And my grandmother was was Scottish. I'm gonna remember it shortly. I cannot remember it for nothing. It's an actual word. Hercule Durkily, that's what it is. That's what it is. Thank you. It's an actual word. And so she'll sit there and say, well, we were Hercule Durkiling today. I thought, what a neat word. What just a fun word, right? Just a fun word. But I will literally pop the windows open when it's cool. I absolutely. And it seems like the way our little apartment is set up will actually, like our little bedroom will get warm back there and my mom's bedroom won't. We can go in her room and it's like a sauna. We go into our room, and Josh likes it cold and he likes winter. My thing is still fall. I still spent too long in Florida. So, and I'll go by a tree and oh, it's turning, and I'll get all excited. And it's just a tree. And no, it's not. It's not. It's not a tree. It's fall. So, but I see the trees back there are thinning. So it'd be neat to see if I can go back to like some of these lives. Probably will try to, because we'll try to do lives as long as we can out here for the next foreseeable before it gets too cold. But it'll be interesting to see like where I've angled the camera and go back and actually take like pictures or a little video of the trees back there and see them turning and put it together in like a video. That'll be really cool to see. So that's why I'm angling the camera. I'm trying to do it in the same spot, but kind of there and see it. And I'll put it together in a video and let you all see the turning of these leaves back here. And I can actually put the date there too. That'll be cool. We can do that. It'll be vertical, but it'll be cool to put it in some kind of video and let you all see. I don't know what temperature it is, but I needed a jacket. I didn't think I was going to need a jacket. Needed a jacket. Mind, bring jacket next time. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24. Magic number. And then at 9 o'clock, I may move that up because I wasn't too sure how long I was going to be out here till. But now that I've gotten the Bible verses up and they're caught up, I can, even if all I get out, I can focus on getting like one out a day instead of, I've got to get these caught up. Now, next thing I'm going to do is work on getting Bible verses caught up, or devotions caught up. The problem is after, for those that are new here, my aunt passed in March. And then I winded up having some health issues, and it just absolutely knocked me for a loop. And so I was exhausted. And if you go back to some of those devotions, I can see that I was tired and exhausted, and I figured, I just was like, let me have a break from this for a while, get my strength back. Now that I got my strength back, I think the last devotion I did was on the 4th, recorded wise. But I'm going to go back and start getting those done and edited and put up. I've got to put my husband and I anniversary up, which we did in July. And then I've got to do the one for Schmitz. I said it wrong, but I got to do that one. We hear you. There's a bird back there. It's letting us know, hey, I'm here. I can't believe them. Oof. I didn't think it. I almost grabbed my jacket. Yeah, I won't need it. This girl didn't think. Twenty-four. 24 is the magic number. I started watching the other day, today, Fantasy Island. I had never really sat and watched that. And I was like, let me just see, because I never really got into it. And it was like, it was interesting to go back and watch that, see all the people that aren't here and what it's all about. It was kind of, to some degree, you know, sometimes we look. Hi, Crocheting, how are you doing? Still running your playlist. I'm going to run it on the other channel too, so thank you for running mine. You know, I was kind of looking at it thinking, you know, we're kind of the same way today a little bit. You know, we always think that the grass will be greener on the other side. And it's not always that way. You know, where they were talking about that, you know, where I was like, okay. Yeah, I have a little bit, and I appreciate that. I think it's helped in a lot of ways. It's just, YouTube takes a while for it to all kind of make sense. What was kind of concerning, I don't even want to try to understand analytics, but when I was looking at the 365 and somebody said, don't worry about it. It's like, I know, just got to keep doing it. But we just have to keep pressing forward, that's for sure. But I thought, you know, we're kind of the same way today. We look at something and we think, oh, we wish we had this and we wish we had that. And I'm like, I thought about it today. I thought, you know, what would be my fantasy if I could buy a fantasy, like Fantasy Island? You know, it's all fantasy anyway because it's Hollywood. But I was like, I don't know quite what it would be. And I don't know if I'd want that. It was kind of interesting to watch it and go, I'm just going to see. Because it was not a show that I really got into very often. But how did you get through a day after IV? You mean you mean after I went in the hospital for the night? Well, thankfully, small tractor and garden that doesn't need weeding. That'd be a neat one. Oh, with everyday pain. I can tell you yesterday I was discouraged because, I mean, it hurt. My sciatic nerve hurt a lot. Um, and it overtook that. I have certain medicine I take that helps. I think where my discouragement has gotten lately is that it went away for a while and now it's kind of come back. Jeanette, what you're doing with the hats on is one of the best things that you could be doing. And what you're doing now is one of the best things that you can be doing. Getting in there and connecting with people and getting your mind off of the pain. It doesn't totally get off of the pain, but you're not focused on that. You're focused on connecting with people in the chat. And I can't imagine what you're going through with cancer. I can't begin to imagine what pain level you're going through. So I think that be in as many communities as you can find yourself in. Rest when you need to. Don't push your body too hard. Keep the crochet going, that's for sure. Because you're trying to do something good in the midst of your struggles and difficulties. And I'm really sorry you're having to go through that. And our hugs. And we put some ones in the chat that just means prayers, good thoughts, well wishes, that we're thinking about you. And there's a community of people standing here to support you. 100%. And we love you. And we're so glad that you're in our community. Best thing I can tell you is if my mind was on the fact that I'm hurting, I wouldn't be out here right now. And so I have to just kind of keep pressing forward. I can't always do it. But I can encourage you, and I can open up this environment, sit out here so that you can be in the chat connecting with other people and having them encourage and taking your mind off the fact that you're hurting. It's really hard. People that don't live with chronic pain, people that aren't going through what Jeanette is going through, have no idea what it's like. And their struggles that they deal with on a daily basis. I mean, I can say I'm tired more often right now because I'm dealing with the extra sciatica. So I got to talk to Foodie, and she'll get me with somebody that can give me the command, because then I want to drop the other where people can do it. But I will turn on the command for you guys to be able to, with a command, drop your link. And when we're in this kind of environment, like this, right, we will turn it on. But there will be times where I will turn it off. What I will do is I will switch it from everyone to being able to just turn it on. Like I'll change it to owner so that it can't be accessed by anybody. But then that way, when we're having like tomorrow, I wouldn't want it on during that because I want everybody to focus on what we're showing on the screen. Not, And what I will do is when we are doing those things, when the feature is turned on, it will say in the chat description, connect and grow. Okay? So if you don't see that in the title of the video, or what I can also do too is maybe come up with a little bit of like something in Canva where I can actually do like a little symbol. When you see that symbol on the thumbnail and it says connect and grow in the chat, in the description, you'll know that that feature is turned on. If you see it's not there, still come in, but you'll know that that feature is not on. I think that's the way, and we'll just do a test run and see how it runs. But again, I won't want it on, and I need to set it up because some people have that feature on and then their links aren't active for some reason, so people can't connect. But I have looked on exactly how to turn that feature on, and I struggled with figuring out how to do it. So these are our soap caddies. One done. I've got a stockpile because I'm trying to get, I want to send some to Chip and the Are You Locked In community. I want to send some to, I've got some packages to get mailed this month for sure. A couple people have got to get stuff. And then I've got to do connection cakes to a couple people, cupcakes, but I can't focus on those while I'm doing this. It does not happen. Because those are ones that I actually have to sit and actually think about. And I will have to ask Josh why this mic is doing what it's doing. Because I'm assuming if it's not blinking, it's not on. I don't know what it was doing. I wonder if it's, maybe it needs to be charged. I'm wondering if that's what it is, because it doesn't show. That's probably what it is. I'm thinking that's what it is. No, it says 92%. No, it says 92%. That's my husband, by the way. It says 92%. But when I had this on throughout the live, I had to take it off because the light I'm supposed to press, that's supposed to keep it blinking, it stopped blinking. So I don't know if it was on or not. Thankfully, even when it's off and it's still connected into the thing, it's still, people can still hear me, but it's not through the microphone. I don't know what's happening. And I don't know if it stops. Hi, Alexis. How are you, hon? Oh, I'll show you the blanket I'm working on. I don't know if it stops because it says blinking. And then I don't know if when it stops blinking whether it's on or not. But people can still hear me. I don't know. This is not my strong suit, guys. This is my strong suit. Okay. Lexus isn't here. I tried to earlier to show her what kind of blankets I like doing. Okay, these are the kind of blankets, Alexis, I like doing. Yeah, did you figure out that from Amazon, honey? Okay, Alexis, these are the ones that sound seems perfect. I don't know. Anyway, Alexis, these are the blankets that I like doing. This is called a bobble stitch, and a bobble stitch is, so y'all can see, those are just coming. I had to stop working on this one and go to the soap caddies because I have to work on the next lettering, and I actually have to math that out, figure that out, and I can't do that on live. So, okay, this is considered a bobble stitch. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a bobble stitch. These are like little bobble stitches, okay? So that is a bobble stitch that can do like a heart. So you can see the hearts going down, okay? This is going to say God is good all the time. We have a lady in our church. We don't have a pastor right now, but we have a pastor that's assisting and helping out. And so his wife has multiple sclerosis. So our ladies in our church have gotten together. I didn't tell you to do that. Gotten together and given me the funds to get the blanket. so that I can make this blanket for her and she can know someone's supporting her. So you can see somebody singing. Thank you, Mickey's Adventures. You can see this says is good. What's the next word? It's good. And then it's not good. What's the next one? Okay, good. We already got them good. See, I'm glad I caught myself before I did it. I was ready to go into good. Oh boy. Oh, God is next, not good. Pretty good. God is good all the time. Hopefully I did this right. All right, so you can see good. Problem is when I lift it up, I can't see. So see, that's good. And then so this says all. You see all? Kind of see it through there a little bit. All. And then this is time. On the very bottom it says time. So you see the words. And then, of course, then there's the bottom with the hearts. So then there's going to be God is next. You know, God is next after this because it's, and then there's going to be a cross on the top. But I have to figure out how to do what the words need to be for God. So, and I have to map those out. So, that's why I had to stop that. And I was thinking I may make God a little bigger. You know, I didn't do it with the rest of the letters, but I may make God bigger. Just because I think it may make them bigger. We'll see. But right now I'm working on our soap caddies. These are our soap caddies. So we sell these in our merch store. We give those away for promotional too. If you have a YouTube channel, fine. You don't have to make something. I make these. I'll put some in my purse. If I'm talking to somebody out in public, right? And I mention the YouTube channel, or if I'm working on these, I'll take these. Hi, Tuber Chat. How are you doing? He's another one that I made a mod, just like Chip, so that he could come in and make those connections with people. Guys, if you're not involved with Tuber Chat, need to. If you Tuber Chat, if you want to drop exclamation point Tuber, you will drop your link. People should be connecting with you. Absolutely, 100%. Thank you for all your support. Awesome guy. Awesome channel. And thank you very much. And so we take these, we put them in the purse, and then I'll take, because I can't, these blankets are impossible to take out when they get certain length and certain big. It's exclamation point Tuber. You did it. No, it's only for my mods. Alexis, exclamation point Tuber. And those commands like Tuber, are you locked in, and all those will stay under mods. But I'll add the command for other people to drop their link. I will be adding that just for these times. We're out, we're just chit-chatting. We're going to make them like connect and grow kind of times so that you guys can connect with each other. If it says connect and grow, it means that feature is on. You guys can come in and connect. But it doesn't mean that when it's not on, you guys shouldn't be coming in and connecting. Because then there's something important to talk about. Right? Absolutely 100%. So I take these, and so if I'm out and I'm crocheting these at a doctor's appointment or something like that with us, and somebody says, oh, that's really good, or something, I will hand them one in the package with their YouTube channel on and say, hey, here you go. Guess what? They may or may not come to our YouTube channel, but when they use this, they're going to, oh, that came from Blessed to Crochet. You never know where that can land to you. There's people that, you can get pens, stickers, have something in your purse, right? so that you can, or your car or something like that, you can hand somebody with your YouTube information on it. And Alexa says thank you. And it's okay, Sandy. I've done it before. I've been a mod and gone, I wasn't supposed to hit that button. You're good. I appreciate you being here, girl. I have extra pocket of prayer shawls, yeah. Just find something that you can stick in, you know, in something so that you can, for sure, you know, hand somebody. You don't know where that's going to land, for sure. But thank you, Alex. I enjoyed your live this morning. For sure, we're going to have to come on and crochet, but I have like extra yarn that I can't make a soap caddy out of that I can put, you know, make the little scraps, make the little chains for it. Now I got to count 5, 6. Where's Rudy? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 5, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50. Rudy, if you're listening, that's for you. I'm going to make you yarn. Not trying to. I needed to bring a sweater out here. It is chilly. I know for you it would be hot, but it is chilly. But it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. I wonder if the deer will pop out. Sometimes they'll pop out like right behind there. I love sitting here, you know. I actually look forward to coming out here, talking with y'all, watching the sunset, crocheting. At least for a little bit, I forget my pain level. When I get up, that's a whole different story. But I'm excited. Greek Fest is next week. I need my Greek fix. I need Lucamadas. Lucamadas, for people that don't know, you can go on our channel and look at the playlist for the Greek Fest that we did last year. Lucamadas are like Greek donuts. Oh my goodness gracious. They're so good. Yeah, it's very peaceful. It's one thing that I really enjoy. Totally enjoy. September, yep. Well, usually ours has been, and they moved it because they had some issues, and they moved it. And I just love it. I go and it's actually the same church where my uncle was baptized. Well, whatever they call it for the Greeks. Because my great-grandfather was born in a little town, I think it's Kaveri, Greece. And so he was born there. And so my great-grandfather came over here. My grandfather, and he actually came to where we live now in Ohio. And then my grandfather served in the military. That's where he met my great-grandmother. And over in Scotland, they met at a dance. Right, a combination, Greek and Scottish, right? And then he came over here. My grandmother, they got married, and my grandmother came over here with my mother when she was 4 months old to the same place we live now and the same town. And then eventually, my mother moved in her 20s to Florida, and then we came back to Cincinnati because that's where my husband's family lives in 19. And then my daughter married someone up here, and yeah, I'll let you know. And so we moved up here. So it's literally full circle for my mom, but she was my grandfather. So it's not far in the distance as far as my Greek heritage. And my mother had a very much of a Greek maiden name. I'll never forget the guy, there was an insurance guy that came to our house, and he asked my mother what her maiden name was. And she told him, and he just said, "And where were you born?" And she said, "Aberdeen, Scotland." And he lost it. He was laughing so hard. He lost it. He thought it was so funny that she was actually, was born in Scotland. And then my grandfather passed away by his own hands. He was an alcoholic, and my grandparents got divorced. And then my grandmother remarried 2 different times, or one other time, didn't last very long. And then when they moved to Florida, there was a gentleman by the name of George, and it was actually my uncle that kept talking about this man. And my grandmother met him, and they started dating, and he was a quadriplegic. He had multiple sclerosis. Hi, Alfonso. He had multiple sclerosis, and they actually eventually got married. And he was my grandfather. He was my papu, which is grandfather in Greek. My grandmother refused to be called Greek name, which is Yaya, because she said her name would come out Yo-Yo, and she wasn't going to have that. So she absolutely refused to be called that. So I could walk in to my grandfather's house and go, "Yasu papu tikanes." And tikanes is how are you. Papu is grandfather in Greek. I know a lot of the food. Like I can say teropitas, moussaka, pasticho, baklava. I've got the tongue for it. He was fluent in Greek because his father, my step-grandfather, which he treated me just like a granddaughter. My grandfather would talk, my papu would talk Greek to his father, and then his father would talk English back so that they could keep the Greek. So they were fluent in Greek. But at the time when I was born, I wasn't accustomed to, talk to the little ones in another language. And I wish my grandfather had, because I would have been fluent in Greek. But it wasn't something that was popular. So Opa and Yasu, that's all when you're doing some kind of celebration. Opa, Yasu. Teropitas are those little triangles. Spanakopita has the spinach in it. That's a spinach pie. But the teropitas are just with the cheese in it. The moussaka, the pasticho, gyros, baklava. I've got it. I just was never did it with me. I wish they had. I really do. I wish they had. The lucamadas are the little donuts. Oh guys, those are so good. I'm gonna figure out how to do lucamadas. Lucamadas, they take them and they literally put them and drop them in oil. They're like fresh out of, oh my gosh, they're so good. And then I make something called lalagias. And lalagias is probably the best pretzel you will ever have. Lalagias is it's a labor of love. That's for dang on sure. And they're best if they're fresh. They're best if they're eaten right out of the oil. But you literally make them about three, about, it takes 3 hours. So it's just, what is it? It's just flour, salt, and yeast. And you let that rise, and then you cook them in oil, and you salt them. Oh my goodness gracious. It is very, very sticky dough, and it's very light dough. You have to be very, very careful with the dough for that. But the lucamadas are done, and then the lucamadas are taken out of the oil, and they're covered in a honey glaze, and they're sometimes sprinkled with powdered sugar or cinnamon. See, comfort food for me is Greek. Love the feta cheese. We used to have Kaveri, which is another cheese. It's a much harder cheese. But Kaveri is a harder cheese. It was fun to see. Yeah, oh. Like, I wish when we go to the Greek Fest, you guys could have smelled the vision, because you can smell the food out of the parking lot. It's that good. It is that good. Oh, gosh, it's so good. The lamb, and there's just one Greek restaurant that we go to here that cooks the food for it. So good. So good. I'm cold. I'm trying to warm up my hands so I can actually, like, maybe start another one. So I want to stay out here a little bit longer, but I'm getting cold. Oh my goodness. We will be 9 o'clock. I may move that because I wasn't too sure how long I was going to be out here for, so I may bump that from 9 to 8:30. But if you haven't checked out Blessings Through Connection, Sandy, if you want to drop exclamation point B2C, that is our other channel. That is where we solely go live and let you all connect within the chat. Everybody is made a mod over there. We do not, and we will not put the command over there because everybody has made a mod, so there's no sense to put the command for right now. But the only time we're going to go live is if we go in, can't think what it is now. Is like we did last night. We did, if y'all hadn't seen, we did the bridge. It was so much fun last night. The bridge was awesome. We did the bridge, and there was like 8 or 9 people in that. And it was just awesome. Awesome people. And we will go live once a month when they do the bridge. Now, we got some kinks to work out on the bridge, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I think I'm finally warming up. I like to go in and have my tea so I can warm up. But anyway. Just a pretty day. And two, Jeanette, one of the things I can tell you, depending on where you live and what the weather is and what you feel up to, if you have a space like this and you're up to it, or you can just maybe step outside. Hi, Malu. Hopefully I said that right. Malu, welcome on in. Maybe just stepping outside and sitting in a different environment, sometimes that helps too. There's something about changing the environment to something like that. Sandy, can you drop exclamation point B as in boy, T as in Tom, C as in cat? So again, I will come up with some kind of little logo for when we do those lives. That's our other channel that she's going to drop in a minute. So that way, when you know those are on, I just hope, and here's the thing, I will go ahead and put those in and make those experiences happen. Just when we're not doing necessarily a connect and grow kind of time, still you got to come in and support us. Works both ways, guys. So I will put it in, and then we're gonna test out and see if it goes. And too, if it's good, then we'll go ahead and do that, and then that way we'll just see what the chat looks like when we don't have it on, when we're doing something. Because, like, depending, if we're talking about a topic or I'm having a guest on or something, I won't have it on because I won't want to distract from them. So we want Pacific times for where we connect and grow. We want Pacific times for it, and we will do those. And I think the perfect time to do those is when we're doing our crochet. When we're sitting like this and we're just chit-chatting, and when we're having the time for people to connect, I think that's the perfect time to have that environment. So I think what it's going to be for right now is whenever we're doing a rockin', crocheting, or connection, we'll do it, and then I can just turn it on and off as need be. So it'll be a Pacific time. But give me a couple days because I've got to talk with Foodie, who may have to get me to somebody else and say, what's the code? It's not something that's obvious on, like, you can't find it, the code. This is what you put in to get it to work. So we'll do it, but we'll make Pacific times for the connect and grows to happen, and then we'll test it out. And that way you guys can do that, and then we'll just have connect and grow times, live streams. And then there may be times where it's not available. Yes, it is. It is our fountain near where we live. And I crochet, and I'm trying to warm up because it's probably about 65 degrees out. It's beautiful. I'm loving it. I'm ready for summer to be over with. But believe me, I'm ready for summer to be over with. But I'm going to do this color right now. I tried to organize this pile so I knew what was coming out. I'm looking for this specific one. These two go together, so I'll do some of those. Yeah. I don't know if we got to 1900 yet, but 6 away. I've been bouncing back and forth, or we have. For those that don't know, this channel is my mom's. She's not the in-camera person I am. I'm the talkative person. She could never, ever. I love my mother, but she's not the kind of person that could sit out here for the length of time we've been out here and talk this long. And the connection truly helps me deal with my chronic pain. So I said to my mom, I'll do the connection. So any of the revenue, any of the super chats, or any of the ad revenue goes to her. And so, but it's her channel. I'll get the connection, you get the revenue. She said, that's cool. She helps me with behind the scenes stuff because there's no way I can do it at all. Beautiful sun setting. It was just gorgeous. Oh, I love God's handiwork. I absolutely love it. I have to put up the Bible verse for today, but at least I'm caught up. I wasn't trying to apologize for putting up Bible verses, but I was apologizing for being behind the Bible verses. and then having to put up so many all at once, which I don't like to do. It's not good for the algorithm, but I didn't have a choice. It was like we had to get caught up. Oh, here's Amazon. Joshua, I think Amazon's coming. They certainly went the long way around, didn't they? We'll see if they actually stop at our house. He waved at me. Yep, there comes Amazon. So Josh, if you're listening, Amazon's getting dropped off. They were around the neighborhood a little bit ago, or maybe they weren't. I don't know, but anyway, you may want to secure a Mocha so you can come out and get your Amazon stuff. My mom's phone case is here. We got her a very basic phone case, so she didn't do anything to her phone, damage it. Now she's got a pretty case with a magnet on the back, so she can use her new case. Hers was a little delayed in its coming to it. Because we have, like, when we got our phones, Josh wanted to get MagSafe phones. Mag case phones. And so that this, if I'm not using this hooks back. You're off to there, enjoy. This comes back on my phone, so I can have, like, the little hook to hook it. So now she's got a case now she can do that with. My dinner earlier. Well, I didn't realize I snacked. I didn't feel like anything. Tomorrow I'm going to make, have a good dinner, Alfonso. Tomorrow I'm going to make, in the crock pot, I will take some chicken, throw it in the crock pot, let it cook with some chicken broth all day, and then I will halfway through add some cream of chicken, and I'm coming to the door, cream of chicken, and then I will go ahead and add cream of chicken, and it's cream of chicken, and then I can add, like, we have a can of carrots and a can of green beans, and we have some peas that we'll add separately, and got some canned biscuits, and we'll make some chicken and dumpling soup tomorrow. So good. That's what we're gonna have tomorrow for dinner. I didn't feel like much of anything. Now I'm getting hungry, but I didn't. Yep. Hi, Marina. Hopefully I said that right. Welcome on in. We're just chit-chatting. I'm crocheting. Letting y'all see the fountain and the sunrise. Or sunset. Boy, Mary, you need to go back to bed. Sunset. So, this is what we're going to have tomorrow. It's real easy to cook. Just take some frozen chicken, which I need to take out of the freezer tonight. Put it in the crock pot. And what we do is we take it and we'll cook it with just the chicken broth. You know, we'll take the chicken and we'll cook it in the crock pot with just the chicken and the chicken broth. Nothing else added, no seasoning. And let it get flavoring. And then I'll take it out and put some aside for Mocha, because we add a little bit of stuff like that to her food. And so we'll do that. And then probably about 4 o'clock, I'll add the cream of chicken and seasonings. I'll take what chicken I'm going to take out for Mocha. And I'll do, like, cream of chicken, and I'll add and then an hour later, I'll add the carrots, the canned carrots, and the canned green beans. And then I'll also put in, probably about an hour in, I'll go ahead and add the canned biscuits in. And then I'll let it cook. Add the seasoning in, and then I have some, like, bread that comes out of the freezer. It's Rhodes, or RHODES. It's like frozen bread. Yes, it is a pretty view. And I'll take that out and let that rise throughout the day, and then I'll have a nice bowl of soup for tomorrow. And my mom, we get chickens a lot of times from Sam's Club, and so she'll make big batches of chicken or bone broth. So I'll even add bone broth to that in order to give it extra flavoring and extra, nutrients and stuff. But I won't add that when I'm doing the first round because because the bone broth stuff has like seasoning in it. I want to put seasoning. I don't want Mocha getting that, so I'll add that in later. And that'll add flavoring to it, and good. You could add spinach to it, you can add carrots to it, there's celery I'll put in there, there's some green onions, we have some beef bacon, so I'll add that to it in order to give it some flavoring and stuff, but be good. Should be delicious. I'll need to go in the house and have something else to eat. I don't know, I just haven't felt like eating much. I wonder if Josh got the package. I was focusing here and I didn't see if he came out the door. We are making these, our soap caddies. We sell these on our merch store. I'm trying to get my stockpile back up. It was depleted. Just trying to get it back up. We'll probably be out here probably till 8 o'clock, and then I'm going to go inside. My mom will probably have made the tea. So I'll go ahead and make the tea. Next time I'm going to bring a jacket out here because I was chilled. We'll see if we get off of here, whether or not. Here it comes. Whether or not. But I just love to see all the connection that happened within the chat today. You guys have been rock stars today. And all the super stickers and super chats and stuff. Thank you so much. That goes to Mama, and I appreciate that. And then we'll be on with Blessings Through Connections, so you guys can connect in there. Just think to myself, my other phone would have never taken this. It's a 30%. Would have never taken it. And been like, okay, I'm gonna die. Just love seeing the. It's pretty for me too, because even though I'm looking at myself, I'm looking up at the sky, and it's been great to see like all the changes over in the sky. And then I think it's in October, trigger warning, we will be, my dad's was interned in the Dayton Cemetery, the National Cemetery, back in 21? Yeah. And that's about 2 hours from us. So we removed the ashes from there, and we have to place them up near here where we live now. Because I don't want to drive to Dayton. My mom can't leave here till she's 150, but I don't want to have to drive to Dayton. So whenever we do that, maybe I'll I won't want to film any or do anything when we're actually doing just the little ceremony we're going to do. We've already had the bigger ceremony for him. But maybe I'll at least just do a little bit privately. And it's also, we're going to honor my aunt too. She died in March of this year. Whoops. Yarn went bye-bye. It wanted to escape. Put it over here. Yarn won't escape. So what did everybody have for dinner if they haven't had dinner already? Maybe you all haven't had dinner yet, depending on where you're looking from this from. I may make myself an omelet or something. I just don't feel like a lot of heavy stuff tonight. Didn't feel like a lot of anything. I actually, and Josh said it was like, that's nutty. It was, we had some leftover baked beans, and I had chips, and that's all I felt like. Actually, it was pretty good. Protein. I try to fill up myself with protein. Now I'm getting hungry. Talking about food. It's all that Greek food. All of it to blame, right? Got me thinking about the Greek festival. I'd get a shirt for this year. Pizza. Yep. Good. Good pizza. Pizza's good anytime. My favorite pizza, and I had, of course, I don't have it now, but there's a place down in Florida that we lived by when we lived in Florida. I mean, they stopped making it, but man, it was so good. It's like a thin crust pizza, and it had spinach and broccoli and tomatoes and ricotta, and I've never been able to duplicate it, no matter how much I've tried. Oh, it was so good. We had a place near us that actually did like your own pizza. Probably the closest I ever came to it. Where you could create your own pizza. Oh my goodness, it was so good. I don't have it up here. I wish they did. Finally got a Raising Cane's, boys. That was good. I wish they'd have it. Because it was delicious. The Chinese place I want to try. It's like a hibachi express place. Everybody says it's really good. I want to try that. We tried a Mexican place recently while Josh was waiting for a test. He had to have it at the hospital. And, man, it was really good. It was good. Yes, I only like the thin crust. There's a place here, it's called Leaning Tower of Pizza, and it's been in business for years. And man, do they have good pizza. They have really good meatball sandwich subs too. Now I'm really getting hungry. Now I feel like pizza. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you something. I'm gonna go in. My mother's probably made the tea. Ah, hey. That's you. But it was really good. You wouldn't have liked all those vegetables, but I liked them. You like spinach, but you don't like spinach on your pizza. But you'll tell me a pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, but it's delicious. He likes spinach, but it has to be, I have to hide it from him. We'll have to get some more of that fish, too. Okay. You're fine. Thank you for sticking with me, Sandy. I appreciate it, my friend. Dear, dear friend of mine. One of these days, we've got to meet each other in person. And I'm so glad. That we met through this YouTube place. Because I would have never met her if it hadn't been for this. I'm to go and have a snacky poo. That's some spaghetti, but I don't feel like sauce on it. My mom will get spinach, and when she's making the bone broth, she'll put spinach in it. I like spinach, but it's got to be in certain ways that I'll do it. I like spinach on pizza. This has to be a certain way. I like it too when you like do spaghetti and tomatoes, and I like it that way too. I'm telling you, if we had some of that, we got some frozen, like, uh, cod, beer batter cod at, what was it? I can't think what it is now. Sam's Club. Oh, it was so good. If we had some of that, it's exactly what I would have tonight. I don't feel like anything heavy. I have to think of something I can have that's not heavy. I don't know why. I have to have the malt vinegar sauce. Oh, that sounds good. You have to send me that recipe, Sandy. It's good. I should probably record me making my version of. I know it's not the way they make the dumplings, but I'll have to. It's my easy way. This is something. Of course, right now I can't stand for nothing long enough to do anything. got some oatmeal in the house. That doesn't sound good, or that doesn't sound bad either. I have some oatmeal. I don't know why. I just feel like something light. Do not feel like something heavy. Maybe I'll make myself some oatmeal. That sounds good. That sounds really good. I don't feel like spending much time cooking anything. Mom's probably got the tea ready, so I can have a cup of tea and warm up and have some oatmeal. That's what I think I'm going to have. Some nice oatmeal. See the sunset setting a little bit. I don't know, Sandy, if you can tell a difference in the trees since the last time we did a live out here. They're thinning for sure. But I've got to bring myself a jacket. If you haven't hit that thumbs or that connection button, even though it's YouTube subscribe button, please do. You don't have to have a crochet hook to be here. You just have to want to connect with people. That's all we do here. Let me see if I can sign. Hopefully I can get y'all back if I do this. But I'm figuring I'm going to try. I was seeing if we went above. We're still 6 away from 1900. But we'll get there. Yeah, I know. I'm late to the game. I was trying to see if by the way, but we'll get there. For sure. Hi.
I thought you were doing a podcast.
I am.
You are? I'm sorry. I thought she must have watched the podcast. I thought you needed to go. Oh, sorry.
Don't let it stop you from walking the pond.
I do my own podcast. I know.
That was funny. We have a lovely neighbor. She's like, I thought you were doing a podcast. I'm like, I am. And she goes, well, I didn't think it would be nice if she saw a dog that was doing her thing in the back. I'm like, you can walk the pond? Oh boy. I think it's probably about the 10th dog I've seen out here. Jacket for sure. Alright, I'm not going to stop here. And then what's my schedule tomorrow? We'll see. We'll see what I may want to step out here tomorrow. So tomorrow, just so everybody knows, and I'm going to finish it up. Because guys, I'm truly getting like chilled. And we've been on here for almost 2 hours. So, good thing. I can't stay out here the full 2 hours because I don't have trees. And the pond is so beautiful at night. Oh, just absolutely. So, if by chance, I have to see tomorrow. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. That's the way we're going to do it. Tomorrow, I have that 4 o'clock live with Tom. With Tommy. About Canva. So then, after we get done with that, I'm going to do a spontaneous, if I can get somebody to tell me the exact code I can put in this thing for the chat connect. I'm so cold. Ugh. Can't take it anymore. If I had a jacket, I'd be fine, but I don't have a jacket, which reminds me to bring one. I'm glad I brought the blanket, or I never would have made it this far, I can tell you that. Ugh. It's the wind. 2 things I need out here now. A jacket and a hat. I can't do anymore. My My hands are cold. So, what we'll do is if I can get somebody to tell me what codes I need to put into the thing, we will try tomorrow after we get done with Tommy. Come out here and do some more crochet. Let you guys see the sunset. Ugh, hands are cold. Let y'all see the sunset tomorrow and the pond go cold, or the pond light come out. So we should get done. I don't see us being on for more than an hour and a half. So tomorrow we'll come back on again. Hopefully I can get with somebody that can tell me exactly what the code needs to be. We'll try doing a connecting row tomorrow. I will go ahead and do is plan it for 6:30 tomorrow night. Because the lights came on about 8:30. And everybody really enjoyed seeing that lit up at night. So I'm going to start having to wear a hat. Because if I had a hat, it would be better. The wind is what's getting me right now. So I will plan for 6:30 for a grow and chat. Hopefully I can get with somebody that can tell me the code of what I need to put into the live. And we'll do a connect and grow tomorrow. We'll try it out and see how it goes. See if it really helps kind of inspire everybody to come on in and make those connections. My fear was if we did that and we put that link in, that people were going to not connect. But I've seen it work in foodies where people are really talking and connecting. And that's what I want to see happen. And I want you guys, when you are making those connections, to make them properly. So again, I will explain it really, and my phone just went on low battery and it's been 2 hours. So we will do that again. And I will say it on the live tomorrow. The only time it's going to be there and the code will be there is when it specifically states that that's what that live stream. When we're like this, I think that'll be a perfect setting for that. But I will choose at certain times, like if we were going to do it tomorrow with Tommy, that I was going to be discussing Canva and having, and really he's the one hosting it through StreamYard for us. I would not have it on because I wouldn't want to take it away from him. So there will be times I will turn it off, but there will be specific times where I will turn it on and it will say connect and grow time. So we'll do that. Okay. I will honor that as long as it's being used in the proper way. That's all I want to make sure that's what happened. I want to get you guys locked in. I want you to connect and grow. And it's not only about making those connections with people that have content. You may find somebody that doesn't have necessarily a lot of content on their channel, but you all may become really great friends. You know, I have a friend of mine who, if she's listening, I love you. Let me know you're okay. She knows what I'm talking about. And she doesn't have any content on her channel, but she's like a sister to me. So you may find somebody through these YouTube streets that you're going to connect with. Doesn't necessarily have content, but you made those connections solid. And the way you make the connections solid with each other is you go over to their channel, you hit the subscribe button, and if you haven't here, what are you waiting for? Or you hit the connection button, okay? That's the way you do it. We call the subscribe button here the connection button. You do the YouTube shuffle and you hit the connection button. You watch about 3 minutes, a 3-minute video, 3 or 4 shorts, leave a comment, at least 3 minutes worth of shorts. Leave a comment what was in the video. Watch a video of theirs. If you want to support them, watch a video and let the ads run. They've got that new hype feature. So when we get off here, hype our videos if you love us. You have 3 hypes a week. Use them however you would like to use them, or whoever. You know, all of that helps the content and helps the content grow and the people grow. And so if you go over to somebody's channel and you just hit that subscribe button and move on, first of all, you're not leaving your footprint. Have a good night, LGG. Thank you for sticking on in and having us in the background. I appreciate it. If you go into somebody's chat and you just hit the subscribe button and walk out, that's like in the olden days, right? Hi, Calypso. How are you doing? It's like the olden days, right? Calypso, I'm going to make you a mod here. I'm going to make you a moderator, so that when you're in here, you can help with that a little bit. When you go to somebody's store, and I'll add you to our Facebook group for the mods too, and then you can let us know too when you're going live as well. When you go to somebody's door, if you go, just have a moment of talking before I freeze myself. Well, you guys get to see the beautiful sunset setting. When you all go to somebody's door and just hit, right? You might just enjoy their channel. When you go to their door, okay, and you just hit the subscribe button, it's like right now, when Amazon showed up at our door, my husband knew by our ring doorbell that somebody was at our door, okay? They knew somebody was there. He knew the package was delivered. But when you go to somebody's channel, you're going into their house. And so it's like when you go in and just hit the subscribe button, you're like knocking at somebody's door before we had the ring doorbells and nobody's home. Unless you leave a note, they don't know you've been there. They don't know to say, hey, let me come back and say hello to you. Now, they may or may not subscribe to your channel, that's fine. But other people may see you and say, oh, let me go check this channel out. You're leaving your digital footprint there. And if you do not do it correctly, if you just go in and hit the subscribe button, what YouTube says is they've just subscribed to subscribe, which is against what YouTube doesn't want to see. They want you to make those connections. So when you go into somebody's channel and make the connections properly, YouTube says, they're connected. And the more and more people, not everyone is a public subscriber, absolutely. More and more, and the more you're in other communities as a content creator, as somebody who's trying to make those connections with other people, YouTube says this is an active person within our community. We want to push them out a little bit more. What changed tonight? I can tell you what changed. We've gotten ourselves back out there again. What changed tonight? I let people know in the Are You Locked In community, and I've started adding people into our, more moderators to let them know, hey, I need more people coming in to get the chat rolling. I met 4 or 5 people that I did not know last night. And they had other people, right? That I made sure that everybody that was shown up on the bridge last night and was shown, I connected with each one of their channels. That's why the chat was flying tonight. And it was beautiful to see. Because to me, it makes my heart happy for you all. It helps me out tremendously. I've sat here for the past 2 hours. I have not been sitting here with my sciatic nerve hurting. Now, I know when I get up, I'm going to be hurting. But at least for 2 hours, I haven't felt it hurt. And I've gotten a little bit of a break from pain for a little bit, and I really appreciate that. But for you all, I want to see you all making those connections in the chat and helping each other through, just to be there for each other and making friends and building a community and building support. That's why this channel is in existence. because I didn't want anybody suffering in silence. I didn't want anybody to say I don't have anybody to talk to when things got tough. I wanted people to have a community of people. It meant the world to me to see it happening. And then if there is any revenue that comes in, it goes to Mama. And she worked really hard, right? Better together, we're stronger together. She worked really hard to take care of my dad for 7 years. I want to give her back something. You know, she didn't get those years, those golden years with my dad. Yeah, suffer from arthritis. Believe me, the fibromyalgia, it can kick my butt. My sciatic nerve and I told everybody earlier today, I got up out of bed today and I put my leg down, my left leg, it's my left leg that's been really hurting. And I actually looked up at God and said, thank you for the wall. I'm not going to stop this live right now. Do you not always see the beautiful sunrise behind it? Or sunset? Get the sunset behind us for a minute. I was sitting there thinking to myself, I said, I'm going to be thankful for the sunset, or for the wall. I was like, thank you for the wall. Thank you, it's here. Because I'm like, it was so intense that I'm like, if I had literally not had the wall, I think I would have just fallen. Like, thank you for the wall. And I remember when I was going through a really tough time after my aunt died. And I was in the hospital. I had some health issues after she passed. And I got myself involved into Little House on the Prairie. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my mom helps me and it helps her, and I'm glad. And there was a story about Johnny Cash's wife. I can't stop this live. Look at that sunset happening for you guys. This is not happening right now. It's too beautiful. And she said that they had, of course, a big acreage of a farm. And he got into, the son got into a really bad accident on the farm and had a very severe head injury. And Johnny Cash's wife got in the little whatever to her son. And as she was driving to the accident site, she was thanking God. Right? She was just thanking him. She was just being grateful to him. And I thought, I don't know if I could do that. Being grateful on the way, not knowing whether your son is alive or not here anymore. I don't know if I could do that. But, Calypso, thank you so much. And I appreciate that so much. She's another channel that is amazing. And she's also a good friend. So I appreciate that so much. If you want to drop your link, go ahead and do it. I think I have a code for you. I have to look it up. I think it's exclamation point ECHO. I think I already have it in there. But you can drop your link. And if Marina, if somebody can drop her link too as well. But I just remember thinking, okay, it was really hard when I was going through that to struggle. I was struggling with it a lot. I was sitting there thinking to myself, oh man, I've got to look for stuff to be grateful for. I found the smallest things to be grateful for. You know, I was grateful for the fact that I woke up. I was grateful for the fact that, you know, I was something. I found something that day or that moment to be grateful for. I started looking for things around me that I could be grateful for. And I just, I think to myself, it changed me. Now, like this morning, I remember standing there and I put my leg down and the pain was really bad and the wall was there. And instead of just being angry and upset, I said, oh, God, thank you that the wall's here. I'm grateful for the wall for me to lean on. And sometimes in life, when we're going through whatever difficulty we're going through, we have to be grateful for the things around us. I don't know. Oh, there. Look at that. Okay, I'll lean back and maybe it won't wipe me out. Because, look at that, guys. I'm going to lean back so you guys can see the sunset. Because apparently it wants to white out. Look at that. That's beautiful. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely beautiful. Just got a nerve block. It's not helping. Thinking about surgery. Yep. The doctor was like, we'll give you, what is it? I can't think what it is now. He wanted to give me, what is it? He wanted to give me a shot. I can't do the shot in my sciatic nerve. So we'll just have to see. He gave me medicine that stopped working. So we'll see. It was just a short steroid medication, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't want to stop because the sunset is just so gorgeous. I'll have to stop in a few minutes when it does. But the sunset is just gorgeous. I don't want to stop. It's just beautiful. Hi, Poetic Tears. How are you doing? Not very much longer because we're going to be on Blessings Through Connection tonight at, what is it? Can't think what it is now. At 9 o'clock. I have a question to ask you. You don't have to answer it here. I have a question to ask you, Poetic Tears. I have a song, okay? And I think I probably want to put it out in two different manners. But I don't know. I do not have StreamYard. But I'm thinking of getting StreamYard. And I would probably just get StreamYard for a week to do this if I wanted to. I know you wouldn't probably come on with your, bass or anything. But if I was able to do it, I have a song. And I've been trying to kind of do a little bit of AI to kind of, it's an AI song, but as far as the video, like you did with the Soul Train. But it's not that kind of song. I'll have to send it to you. But I don't know if you'd be willing to show people how you would kind of create something using that song. I don't know if you'd be interested to doing a live with me on that. I don't have StreamYard, but I'm thinking of going back to StreamYard. Or at least maybe think about at least going to StreamYard and just having it like once a week. I don't know if you have StreamYard or not, or something that we could stream together. I mean, I have Streamlabs, but I wouldn't begin to know how to do it to have you on and be able to also help you share your screen. I wouldn't know how to do that for nothing. You just have the free version. So I don't know, because if I did it for like a week, because Fishy Thing says he does it for like a week at the end of the month. So if I did, I could do a free trial and then, cancel or something. We can figure it out. But I just thought I wanted to release the song in two different ways because it's a really cool song that I did through Suno. I want to do the song with having like pictures of me growing through the years in a video, but I thought it would also be cool for you to show us how you would kind of do an AI music video of a song for people that would like to take a song like that and be able to do it. Like what you did with the Soul Train song and putting Blessings Through Connection on the shirt was amazing. And I thought, we need to be careful with AI, but we can also use it responsibly. So I thought maybe you could give us a little bit of a tutorial and a lesson with that. But I'll have to send you the song and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because I tried to figure it out and it was like, okay. Well, if we do one together with the song that I have, I thought it would be cool for people to realize how they can take the Suno songs and kind of make a music video kind of thing out of it. And then I'll release the same song, but I'll use pictures of myself through the years. So I can still release it in 2 different forms. And then I'll go ahead, and that way that'll give exposure to your channel. And then the song itself, if I upload it, I can tag you in it. I'll be able to say this song was done, and I can tag you in it. But I'll send you the song because it's awesome. I just don't know how to do it. Oh my goodness. We're praying for you. For sure. Be praying when I get up. Man will hear me. Well, I'm amazed with what you do. And I just thought this song deserves something. But I have no idea what I'm doing. And the thing is I love Suno. I really enjoy doing it. And I would like to do more. And I don't always want to be able to use pictures of myself. This one in Pacific really would lend itself to using pictures of me when I was a baby, kind of growing up throughout the years, which I will do that version of it. But I'd like to release some more Suno songs, inspiring songs. And I have another one that we do for our Blessed Devotions. I have that one that I haven't released yet, but we can do that one too. So you can show us how to do that. And then that way, if people are educated enough, then, they'll have some knowledge. I'd like to release more songs, but I haven't the foggiest how to do them other than throwing them through Canva. And I am doing a Canva tutorial tomorrow, knowledge, on Tommy Kenny's channel. If somebody can look it up and maybe pop down that live, I do have it scheduled on mine. I just haven't been able to, I haven't taken it off unlisted. But if somebody can look up, his name is Tommy, and it's Kenyon, I think it is. If somebody can look it up real quick and we can plop it in there. Get him some people. And if not, he comes up on Create the Change, GB. His name is Tommy. Because I'm in this, I can't go to the other right now. And I have it scheduled on Blessings Through Connection too. And I will post it on my community tab. If we can't find it, you'll see it on the community tab. And look for the lives, because I will go ahead and I will schedule a live for, I'll undo it. And then tomorrow we have the 4, and then if I can get somebody to give me the command, and we'll do another chit chat and let the sun set and crochet tomorrow at 6:30 tomorrow night. I'll give it a whirl. Because everybody seemed to want to do that. I just want everybody to realize I want them to connect the right way. There's a right way and the wrong way. Let's connect the right way. So, before my battery dies, because it's going to die, but be looking out. Look out on our community tab, because I will. And then if you come into Blessings Through Connection, I'll drop his channel there. It's TOMM and it's KENYON, I think, is the channel. And my mod should have it in there, in the mod chat. But I'm at 1%. So, but we'll try it. All right. Well, we're gonna Pacific times. We're out here, or when we're doing the rocking and crocheting and chatting. We're gonna make it a connect and grow time, which will give everybody the command to drop their links. We just want to make sure everybody's going to do it correctly. We will not do it right now over at Blessings Through Connection because everybody is over there and everybody's a mod when they come in, so you guys should be able to go back and forth between the channels and connect with each other. And right now I'm going to keep it that way over there. It makes it a lot easier than dropping stuff. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. If you hadn't hit that subscribe button to this channel, please do. We're trying to get over that 1900 hump. We'll get there, guys. 19 strong and growing for sure. So remember to be proud of being yourself. We'll see you over at Blessings Through Connection shortly. It's an amazing channel. We just have relaxing music. We do videos and we just work on connection and so forth. So remember to be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. And we got you covered. Thank you all for having us covered. And we'll see you soon over at Blessings Through Connection. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Have a grateful heart. I know things are difficult, but we're stronger together and we're here to support each other. We are to be beacons of light for each other and get through this thing as we call life. We are not building an audience here. We're building a community. And each one of you are prayed for. You're loved and you're special and you're unique. There's nobody else like you in this world. So stand tall and proud of who you are and who God made you to be. We love y'all. Talk to y'all later. See you shortly over at Blessings Through Connection. Bye-bye, everybody.